Good morning, Trains Nation. Today is Friday, March 24th, 2017. Welcome to another episode of Trains Newswire Video. I'm Steve Sweeney.
Hi, and I'm Jim Wrinn. We've got lots of news to go over, so let's jump right into it, Steve.
Yeah, let's jump in. Okay.
You've been out and about
in Colorado,
in one of my favorite places, one of your favorite places, down at the Transportation Technology Center.
Yep, outside of Pueblo, about 35 miles northeast out in the middle of the high plains. And what they were doing this week is hosting their annual track walk as part of their research review. And what it is 400 or 500 railroaders and rail industry professionals from throughout North America, but really around the world. And they're going to see projects that the TTC researchers are working on. So we saw track diamonds that now have vinyl pads underneath to reduce vibration. It sounds small, but it's a big deal if you have to go out and replace a diamond every 90 days. So they think they can get like 100 million gross tons out of each one before they have to do anything to it.
Wow.
We saw drones flying. We saw the latest in DOT 117 tank car designs and a presentation on the test. We saw new bridge bolts being installed, how to save bridge ties. We saw fiberglass ties. We saw new concrete. We saw new ballast. We saw stuff from China, units from China that are inspecting wheels in real time as a train moves across. It's absolutely incredible. And we've got a story up on Trains Newswire right now, a story and photo gallery from Wednesday about when I was out there. Go check that out.
Check that out. That will be cool.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the country, down in Georgia, CSX under Hunter Harrison is already making some steps to streamline the railroad there. Telford Yard is going to be a casualty. It looks like the last day is tomorrow, I believe, for the hump.
Very sad.
And then things will move on. It's a yard very familiar to me. I've been going there for about 30 years to visit. There's a wonderful bridge right across it, the yard.
Get good photos.
You can get good photos, and boy, it's remarkable to see that closing.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. And we've heard rumors that there are going to be a few others closing in the coming weeks too. But
stick around, keep up with Newswire. You'll see more about that. Then we jump over to New England.
Yes.
And Boston. MBTA floated a trial balloon. I think it was a trial balloon anyway. They said they were going to quit weekend service.
Right.
And then the governor said, "Nah, you need to find another way to save money.
That's right.
You're in the red, or headed that way, but find some other way to save your bucks
and keep people moving.
Yeah,
that's the key there.
In Boston, you got to have that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great American city, and it needs a first-class transportation system.
That's right. Full of great Americans.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Over a little bit further west, but still along the east, or in the east, Lakeshore Railway Museum is really going to get a Chessie painted unit. A GE-7.
That is way cool.
And
I love that.
We are trying to track that somewhere in the CSX network. We've got our friends along the lines out there looking out for it. So as soon as we know where it is, we'll give you a heads up. It's going to be moving from Huntington, West Virginia to northeast Pennsylvania, which is really in the northwest corner of Pennsylvania near Erie, but it's northeast in the county.
You guys see it out there.
Yeah.
Shoot a picture for us.
Send it in.
Yep, send it in to newswire
at trainsmag.com.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, newswire at trainsmag.com. Send in low-res photos, news tips, and links to videos that you'd like to see published up on Newswire. We'll be glad to take a look.
You know, I shot those B-30-7s when they were in regular service. I'm that old. I'm ancient.
Yeah, you are.
I know.
I'm sorry. So how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel ancient. No, but there's a whole other. Maybe there's a blog post about that.
Yeah, there is. But really good to see those Chessie colors, those famous colors, and from the photos that we've seen, it's really bright and crisp and well done, and we can't wait to see that. In GE's stomping grounds.
Yeah, I was going to say she's going home, basically to her birthplace. The Lakeshore Railroad Museum is basically the museum of General Electric creations.
Yeah.
Just down the road from the plant.
Yeah.
So I think that's a fantastic thing.
I'm actually planning to visit there this weekend.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I hope,
so it's going to be fun.
Hope she's in town.
I hope so too.
I hope so too.
Town. So that's going to be kind of cool. Jim, what else piqued your interest so far this week?
It's been interesting to me. I will always remember the day back in 2008 whenever PTC got approved. And of course now here we are 9 years later.
Has it 9 years? It's been that long.
9 years later. And we're still working on it, but UP announced this past week that 25% of their railroad is set up for PTC. About 60% of their locomotives, almost 2,500 units, are equipped with PTC gear now. They've spent $2.3 billion out of a projected $2.9 billion on this project. An amazing transformation.
It's a huge
on that.
number, big number.
I'm really impressed with what they're doing.
Yeah,
So
it's interesting.
Big shout out to them. And then the last thing that was on my list for this week was down in the Gulf Coast area in Biloxi, Mississippi. The city council is closing the crossing where the CSX train hit the bus a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, they are going to do
killed
that.
several people. They're going to actually close 6 crossings down there. They said that this was already underway before the crash. But again, you know, our appeal is always state and local governments, you know, close as many of those crossings as you can. You know, it's the fewer of those, the better off for the traveling public,
It'll be safer.
for the railroaders,
safer.
for your community. So it's not that trains can't go across that, but just fewer of them, the better off we all are.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, and that brings up one other thing I didn't mention about Pueblo. The keynote speaker for the conference that I was at is Canadian Pacific's Keith Creel. And it was interesting. We got a story up on this on Newswire. He wasn't talking so much about technology, but what he said to all of these engineers and research scientists was, all the technology in the world means nothing if you can't make people safer.
Right.
And he called on them to say, you know, we got to reduce human error, you know, the number of crossing accidents and grade crossing incidents and pedestrian deaths and, you know, other accidents that involve human error. And he challenged these scientists to do better, and challenges the railroaders to do better. So crazy stuff, but interesting.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So guys, that's what we got for Trains Newswire today. Remember, send your tips, low-res photos, and clips to videos to newswire@trainsmag.com. Newswire, it's an email address, newswire@trainsmag.com. I see it directly, and the other editors can see it too. We'll be sure to pick up the tips that you send us, and we'll ask you for more information if we need it, and the best stuff will go out on Newswire. For everyone at Trains Magazine, have a great weekend, guys.
Don't forget, Tar Heels play tonight. Go Heels.
'Cause here we come.
We got lots to talk about.
'Cause here we come.
We got lots to talk about. We still got to get that mariachi band.
The drama of modern railroading is nowhere more apparent than in Chicago. Trains Magazine takes you along for an up-to-date look at the Windy City's railroad scene with its new 60-minute DVD and special issue, Chicago, America's Railroad Capital. You will see today's passenger and freight operations in urban landscapes and bright suburban locations, as well as a look at the development of the city's rail network. Both are available January 2017 at KalmbachHobbyStore.com.